like, I understand we fouled him going to the free throw line. I don't want to make a big deal out of it. Obviously, I was pissed off at the game, but it's time to decompress and move on. Congratulations to him having 48 points. You know, he did it in a great fashion against us. You know, our defense has to be better, especially against a player like that, mid-pick and roll. You know, he was the primary concern tonight, and, you know, he made us pay in certain instances of just making some tough shots and some tough layups, and, you know, but the ball deserves to go in the crowd after a move like that, so do it in the crowd.
So there you go. He says, hey, the ball deserved to go into the crowd, and so that's what I did. I threw it into the crowd because he was what? He was upset. He didn't like the fact that a guy who had 48 points and was going for more decided that, you know, he was going to take an opportunity to fire up a three on the final play of the game. Kyrie Irving, this is for you.
Somebody call the ambulance.
What did you say?
Get over yourself, Kyrie. Honestly. Are you that big of a prima donna that bothers you?
In the last 2 days, we have spent time on this program talking about two things. What were the two things that we talked about? We talked about Tom Herman. We talked about Sam Ehlinger, the head coach for Texas, the quarterback for Texas, upset because, I thought Will Greer kind of, you know, was unsportsmanlike. He showed us up as he held the football out and had a little teeny-weeny high step going into the corner of the end zone for a game-winning two-point conversion. Seriously? I don't think so. Oh, wait a minute. And then Ehlinger, we'll remember any disrespect for the horns downs emblem. And now Kyrie Irving. Hey, guys, if you're playing sports, I thought you were supposed to be tougher than this. Grow some skin. Quit being so thin-skinned. Play the game, and if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. You got to face it either way. You got to take the result either way.
You do.
In West Virginia, we deserve more from our elected officials.
That's why I'm supporting Sam Brown for House of Delegates.
Sam Brown was born and raised in the Eastern Panhandle. Brown will listen to us because he's one of us. He will protect our tax dollars.
And he'll fight the culture of corruption in Charleston.
Sam Brown will protect the 800,000 West Virginians with pre-existing conditions.
And he'll fight to help our families and neighbors affected by the opioid epidemic.
Sam Brown will work to make healthcare accessible and affordable.
And he'll strengthen our local hospitals and clinics.
West Virginia needs good schools.
Sam Brown will support our teachers, service personnel, and students.
I'm voting for Sam Brown for House of Delegates on Tuesday, November 6th.
Join thousands of your friends and neighbors.
And vote for Sam Brown for House of Delegates.
Paid for by Mountain State Values. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
There's this funny correlation between the size of a gift for a woman and her excitement level. Oh, she gets excited if you get her a gift, any gift. It's exciting to get a present. But compare her excitement over a big box that has, say, a new closet organizer system in it to a little, really little box from Bechtel Jewelers. Big box with big items in it. Little box with something very little and tiny and sparkly in it. Big box with practical stuff, which is good for sure. Who doesn't want a new blender or espresso machine? Little box with fine jewelry in it. Maybe new earrings, a diamond pendant. All kinds of things fit in that little box. Big box, little box. Which one gets her more excited? The simple truth is, the littler the box, the bigger her excitement. I'm Lori from Bechtel Jewelers. We are the little box store. We have the little boxes that bring on the majorly big excitement. For the gift that excites her and delights and say love so clearly, come see us.
If you're a hard-working man or woman, you want to get the best selection and value that you possibly can.
Appalachian Heating and Air Conditioning can help hardworking men and women save on energy costs with a new high-efficiency York heating and cooling system. Appalachian Heating and Air Conditioning will help with a free estimate, affordable financing, and expert installation too. 24 hours a day, call Appalachian Heating and Air Conditioning, where quality meets comfort at 304-260-5644.
Since 1877, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies have proudly supported our local community. Farmers and Mechanics has the insurance products to meet your needs, including home, auto, farm, dwelling fire, business owners, and umbrella coverage. Please contact your local independent agency for a review of your insurance needs and ask for a policy from the company that knows you best. Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, just off Edwin Miller Boulevard on Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. FMIWV.com. We welcome you back into Miller Time on this Tuesday evening. The program this evening brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home that has proudly served our area since 1880.
Hey, Matt, we got good news, buddy.
Good news?
Good news out of the TV10 department.
And that is?
We're back up. By the hair of our chinny chin chin, we are back up and running, so the loyal Miller Time audience we apologize. But right now on WRNR TV, on our YouTube page, you can stream all of our election night coverage that locally will start at 7 p.m. and will run till whenever they decide to stop tonight, because putting a hard stop on election coverage is just so hard to do. It's like putting a hard stop on a sporting event. It's just very difficult to do. But also on TV10 in Berkeley and Jefferson County, we are back up and running again with Band-Aids, duct tape, zip ties. So we apologize for the inconvenience for Miller Time, but anybody tuning in for election coverage, it's like nothing ever happened.
I'm looking over your shoulder at the TV, and TV10 is crystal clear. I am looking at the YouTube TV, and yep, there's my ugly mug. So we are good to go. All right, let's wrap it up. We got just a couple of minutes left. The Capitals with a big win last night and got off to a fast start.
It was huge for the team. I mean, anytime the fourth line.
Hold on, let me hit this one.
Oscar Clefbaum, number
there
77.
It is. That's the one I was looking for.
That's Johnny Walton.
Boyd in the front, leaving it for Smith-Pelly. He scores! DSP with the goal! Boyd, a multi-point game already. It's 2-0, Washington.
Yeah, that was a fast start for the Capitals last night. As we were leaving here and getting into our vehicles, you looked at your phone and told me, wow, it's already 2-0.
Yeah, it was 2-0. They jumped out to a 3-1 lead, and it was a very good offensive day for the Capitals. So I thought it was a very good win for the Capitals. Again, they need to figure out defensively and between the pipes how to really start playing at a consistent level. Because I don't want to say they're playing awful so far this year. It just hasn't been consistent. So I don't know if that's part of the hangover, if you want to call it that. Again, I'm not necessarily sure I believe in that. I just think it's hard to duplicate championship seasons back-to-back. But, again, they haven't gotten off to the phenomenal start that a lot of people may have expected after the first couple games of the season. But right now, they're still a very good hockey team. They're still going to be in it at the end of the year. Again, you got to be really bad to not make the playoffs in hockey. So I'm not worried about it. That was a very, very good win for the Capitals last night. And then tomorrow night, the rivalry renewed for the second time this season already.
Yep. Let's keep looking at last night. 4-2 was the final over Edmonton. Devontae Smith-Pelly had that goal that we just heard. He talked about that fast start.
It was huge for the team. I mean, anytime the fourth line can contribute, and doing the back-to-back shifts to start the game was pretty big. So we're happy we were able to chip in.
There you go. Right now, the Capitals at 6-4-3 are in third place in the division. But look at the teams around them. The Islanders lost their last game. The Penguins lost their last 4 games. Then it's the Capitals who are coming off of a win. And right behind them, the Blue Jackets have dropped 2 in a row. So the top 4 teams in the Metro have gone through a little bit of a tough spell.
And again, at the end of the year, those 4 teams are going to be battling out. So, again, not worried at all. A very long hockey season. The Capitals will still be in the mix of the Metropolitan and the Eastern Conference come the end of the season.
You mentioned that rivalry. The Pittsburgh Penguins are in D.C. to face the Capitals tomorrow night. They'll drop the puck at 7:30. We'll have coverage here beginning at 7:15 with John Walton. Stay tuned. Election night coverage coming up. You're listening to Miller Time on Talk Radio, WRNR Martinsburg.
CBS News Special Report.
This election is shaping up to be historic.
Election Night 2018.
This will be an election of Kavanaugh, the caravan, law and order.
They may have the power right now, but we need to take it back.
It's a battle for Congress, and your votes decide.
This is our time to vote like our lives depend on it.
It's the 2018 midterm elections.
Right now, we've got a chance to restore some sanity to our politics.
It's a choice between results and resistance.
Live from CBS News headquarters in New York, here's CBS News correspondent Bill Rakoff.
Good evening. It's 7 o'clock in the East, and the polls are closed in Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, South Carolina, Vermont, and Virginia. They were supposed to close in Indiana, but there's word that some polling locations are being held open because of the amount of voters yet to cast their ballots. CBS News estimates right at the top, when the votes are tallied, we have the following races decided. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders will have won his race, as will have Virginia Senator Tim Kaine. So those races are in, as we understand it at the moment. Now, control of the House of Representatives and perhaps even the Senate are in the balance tonight as returns come in from east to west. There are also some key hotly contested races for governor in states like Georgia and Florida. Now, President Trump has said that this race is a referendum on his presidency, and whether you agree with that sentiment or not, he and Republicans have been working extremely hard in the past month to try to rally the GOP vote, while Democrats have pushed equally hard to get not just their base to turn out, but to engage new and younger voters, seeing that as essential to their success. Now, we have a full team here tonight at CBS News who will be watching the results, and I want to begin with CBS News White House correspondent Stephen Portnoy, who's going to be keeping an eye on the numbers for us. Stephen.
You bet, Bill. And here at CBS News election headquarters in New York, we're monitoring more than 500 races across the country, 435 seats in the House, 35 Senate seats, and 36 governor's races. You know, that's 72% of the nation's governors. They'll be chosen tonight. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi said today she feels confident that Democrats will win back control of the House for the first time since 2010. The battlegrounds in the House are mainly in suburban districts, currently represented by Republicans, where the president is, let's just say, less than popular, and in particular in places where Hillary Clinton won 2 years ago. In the Senate, the GOP is aiming to expand its two-seat majority. We're monitoring all 35 Senate seats in play tonight, but with a particular focus on the hottest contests, mainly in red states, where Democrats now hold seats. One of them happens to be Indiana. It's a state President Trump won by 19 points, where Democrat Joe Donnelly hopes to hold on tonight. Early returns, very early returns insofar, have Donnelly behind his Republican challenger businessman Mike Brown. But it is very early, Bill. There's a lot of data flowing in. We'll be keeping tabs on all of it here tonight.
CBS News political analyst Professor Leonard Steinhorn is with us again this year from American University. Lenny, set the stage for what we're going to watch tonight.
Well, Bill, not only the House, the Senate, and state houses are at stake, but also what this election says about the direction of our country. All predictions suggest tight races almost everywhere, and that's making both parties and their supporters nervous. Will it be a blue wave or a red wall? The real issue, however, Bill, is turnout. And it's not just turnout in general, it's who turns out for which races and in which states. Will young people flex their demographic muscle or once again sit on the sidelines? Latinos, African Americans, how many of them will vote? And how strong is the Trump base? What we do know is this: once every vote is cast and counted, it will be interpreted by all as a referendum on the presidency of Donald J. Trump.
We have Leonie Huddy with us. She's a professor of political science, the director of the Survey Research Center at Stony Brook University. And you've been watching the exit polls. I know it's early, but what are you seeing?
Interesting. When we ask people about the most important issue, interestingly, healthcare topped the list, and immigration and the economy were a distant second and third, which is interesting given where the president was focused on immigration. It's also surprising because actually most people think the U.S. economy is pretty good. 68% said it was good or excellent. But on the other hand, we're seeing a lot of mixed signals here. We're also seeing that 55% say the country is off in the wrong direction. So there you go. You've got a good economy. We're going in the wrong direction. And about 77% say we're becoming more politically divided. So there's a lot going on out there in the polls tonight. A lot of mixed indications, I think.
And again, this is something that we'll watch as the West Coast numbers come in on that as well. We have correspondents all around the field and around the nation tonight, and we want to start off with CBS's Steve Futterman, who is in Washington, where he's watching Democratic candidates. Good evening, Steve.
Hi, Bill. Here at the Hyatt Hotel, just a couple blocks away from the Capitol, Democrats are ready to throw a party at election night headquarters, but will they? All has to do with the House. Democrats are hoping to take control of the House. To do that, they will need a net gain